Collocations with Make. Watch the video 2 or 3 times, absorb the English and play the games. A group of gamblers putting banknotes on top of a barrel and making bets. A little girl and her grandmother having fun making cakes. They usually go to the countryside for their holidays, but this year thought they would make a change and go to the seaside. A woman making a choice between lipsticks in a cosmetics shop. A senior politician making outlandish comments to the press. An elderly woman with long grey hair making a complaint to her doctor. An elderly man making a confession in a group therapy session. The main aim of social media is to help people to make connections. A barista making a hot cup of espresso coffee. A young woman talking on the phone to a man who is trying to make a date. A businessman weighing up the pros and cons and trying to make a decision. A young woman's poor reaction to her boss making a demand. Lady volunteers making a difference by giving out food to the homeless. 2 medical researchers in a laboratory making an important discovery. 4 adults having fun taking photos and making fools of themselves. A highly delighted businessman receiving the fabulous news that he's made a fortune on a deal. A happy group of Christmas revelers making friends in a bar. An elderly customer making a fuss about the coffee she is being given by a barista. A comedian making jokes on a comedy show. The girls have made a line and are waiting for their gymnastics class to start. A lady has made a list and is ticking off the items of clothing she has packed. He's making a decent living selling pottery. In a recession, lots of businesses make a loss, unfortunately. A cute curly-haired toddler is eating her dinner and is making a real mess. He appears to have made a disastrous mistake and is more than a bit upset with himself. Bored children are making a noise whilst poor dad is trying his best to concentrate. A young woman at a party fancies someone and is making a pass or advances. An anxious woman looking through a window and making a phone call to emergency services. She looks extremely worried. An architecture student is making a plan at home. It's late in the evening, so he probably has to finish it for the following day. A businessman is holding a meeting and making a point to workmates in his team. A fortune teller in a darkened room is making predictions about the future. Successful investments can make substantial profits if everything goes to plan. You can soon make a big loss playing poker, as many gamblers have found out. Don't make a promise you can't keep. It only leads to disappointments. A bellboy answering landline phone calls to make reservations for guests at the hotel. A father helping his children to make sandwiches, probably for lunch at school. Young hipster friends making a scene and causing a nuisance. Thieves entering a living room late at night without making a noise. A man in jeans and a polo neck jumper making a speech to an audience. A company employee making a statement to the press. A doctor making a suggestion to his patient about treatment. A tailor measuring and making alterations to a suit. A woman doctor making an appointment for a female teenager. An old bearded man making an announcement with a megaphone. A disabled man making an unsuccessful attempt to get his wheelchair over a ramp. A disabled man making an effort to get into a car. A young lady with long fair hair seems to have made an error with her recipe. A thief making a dramatic attempted escape from the police by jumping over a wall. A young lady using sign language to make an apology. A lady speaking to someone online, possibly making an excuse for her mistake. An applicant has made a good impression and is being congratulated on being offered the job. A scientist looking through a microscope and making observations in a laboratory. The man with the long hair has made an offer for the car, and it has been accepted by the salesman. A man making amends for a late night out with his friends. He's attempting to please his wife. 2 women making flower arrangements with beautiful pink and white roses. A family in the kitchen making breakfast together. A businessman ticking a checklist to make certain he has done everything. A team leader making his business ideas clear to 2 workmates. A happy family making faces by putting their tongues out. A statue of the Beatles whose music made them famous in the 1960s. A mother and daughter sitting on the grass and making fun of each other. A young couple, presumably married but possibly not, making love. A police officer making house-to-house inquiries and talking to a lady. A stressed woman making peace with her grandchild who seems to be apologising for something he has done wrong. Positive thinking often makes things possible. The architects are making progress with their remodelling project. A successful businessman making lots and lots of money. A shop assistant making a sale with the customer paying electronically. An old confused man struggling to make sense of a virtual world experience. Passive income helps to make you rich, especially if accompanied by a high-paying job. Applying makeup to this brunette's face is making her smile. A technician is making sure the data servers are appropriately equipped to do their job. He's making sure he's bought all the food he was asked to bring from the market. 2 sisters shaking hands and making peace after a quarrel at home. A father explaining to his son how to make a bed. A man trying to make up his mind what to do. Rock climbers making their way up a steep ascent in Colorado. Click below to access class or online games and lessons with printouts for school or home. Enjoy your English. Please subscribe and like. Thank you. That's all, folks. Thank you for watching.